Well, September's coming, and you know what that means. Yep, pumpkin spice everywhere. Kids are going back to school, and of course, the gaming industry says, you thought your wallet was safe? Oh, no. We got a whole bunch of stuff coming up in the month of September. Hi, folks, it's Falcon, and today on Game Ranks, the top 10 new games we'll be talking about in September 2025. Starting off with number 10, it is Metal Eden. Raycon Games, the mad scientist behind Ruiner, they've got a sequel that is just full-ass dystopian craziness, Metal Eden. Subtlety is overrated in this game. They're dropping you in a big old orbital city called Mobius. It was once humanity's shining beacon. It is now a glittering death trap. You are a hyper-unit android. You're tasked with rescuing human consciousness, or cores, I guess. I don't really know. I guess humanity is stored in limited edition data backups now. It's basically Doom 2016 meets Ghost Runner, sprinkled with parkour that's got a little bit of that Mirror's Edge flavor, albeit you have the ability to get much more violent. You dash, you grapple, you wall run, you transform into an armored Ramball. Little nod to Metroid there. This was originally going to come out back in May, but it got delayed to September 2nd, and we'll be playing Metal Eden when it lands on PS5, Xbox Series, and PC that day. At number 9 is Sonic Racing Cross Worlds. As you know, the Sonic Kart Racing franchise kind of gets overlooked when we're talking about like Mario Kart and stuff, but it's always really been a joy whenever a new Sonic Kart racer comes out. This one is more of a multiverse-oriented version of it. Sonic hasn't gone full open world with his racing yet, but you have one of 15 Cross Worlds, which you jump through travel rings mid-race, which changes up each lap as they come. There's 24 tracks. There's a roster that's apparently going to have more than 50 characters eventually. I don't know if it starts with that or what, but it's a 12-player multiplayer mode that you've got. There's also local split screen, which is great. And Sega is bringing us characters from various different franchises beyond just Sonic. So you got Joker from Persona 5, Kasuga from Yakuza, Steve from Minecraft, Hatsune Miku, Pac-Man, SpongeBob, Avatar. I mean, it looks absolutely enjoyable. Sonic Racing Cross Worlds is coming to the PlayStations, the Xboxes, Switch, and PC September 25th. Hey, statistically speaking, you're watching this and you're not subscribed, which is absolutely crazy. If you like watching Game Ranks videos, the best way to see them every single day is to subscribe and enable notifications. So please do that. It helps us out. In addition to makes it easier to sift through our everlasting barrage of content. Thanks to everybody who has subscribed. Let's continue. Moving on to number 8, it's Hell Is Us. This isn't a run-of-the-mill action adventure. You're an UN peacekeeper who's skipped town, gone AWOL. You know, you're hunting for your parents in a war-torn country, only to discover that the place is infested with supernatural horrors. This game goes full 1990s immersion mode. There's no minimap, no quest log, no hand-holding at all, just environmental cues, weird NPC nonsense. They're all out chattering, and you just kind of have to old-school Zelda your way through a bunch of grotesque monsters and existential dread. And in a lot of ways, it is kind of like a cyberpunk Zelda, but not set in a cyberpunk city. A lot of Resident Evil going on here, too. It's a weird-looking game, but in a lot of ways, it's a very cool-looking game. There is a demo that is available now. I actually haven't gotten to it yet, but it's one of those ones where I'm definitely going to play it before the actual game comes out, which it is coming out very soon on PS5, Xbox Series, and PC, September 24th. And number 7, it's NBA 2K26. Yeah, the annual ritual of pouring hundreds of virtual VC into dubious microtransactions returns. So what's supposed to be new here? So there's this thing where they're using this tech they're calling Pro Play to map actual NBA footage onto gameplay to make things look more realistic. I'm not really sure how that plays out. Like, I'll say this, in certain ways it looks more realistic, but in certain ways it looks more rigid and weird. I don't know. I don't want to crap all over it because obviously there's a reason why these come out every year and they sell well and people like them and people play them because there is like good action in these games. It's just, I mean, you play it every year and you end up feeling a lot like they keep adding stuff that makes it worse. So that's kind of where I am with these games. We obviously are going to talk about them. It's not always going to be positive, but there's also obviously something to them. NBA 2K26 is landing on the PlayStations, the Xboxes, the Switches, and PC September 5th. And number 6 is Chronos: The New Dawn. This comes to us by Bloober Team, the folks behind the Silent Hill 2 remake. It's a new IP, and to me, this looks kind of like a Dead Space meets Alan Wake type game. Obviously, it's got a pretty distinct European flavor because it's set in, a decaying future and 1980s Poland. You kind of jump back and forth in time traveling stuff. It's kind of one of those things where, like, we know that Bloober can kick serious ass when they've got the resources to, and it makes me excited for what this can be, but also we know what Bloober is capable of on the other end, and this is a self-published title on their part, so we'll see. It looks very cool. I admit I have my hopes up for it, so fingers are crossed. Chronos: The New Dawn is coming to PS5, Xbox Series, Switch 2, and PC September 25th. And number 5, it's Baby Steps, a literal walking simulator developed by Bennett Foddy, Gabe Cozillo, and Maxi Bach of Getting Over It and Ape Out fame. You play as Nate, a slacker with a wobble in his step, so to speak. Basically, you control Nate's legs independently in a way that makes Death Stranding's balance mechanics just feel like it leaves a lot of assumptions made. Like here, we're literally unable to do the basic thing of putting one foot in front of the other. But this game, unlike Foddy's previous games, is not designed to make you rage quit. It's actually kind of an arcadey type game. It's intended to be challenging, but also accessible. I don't know. It looks like it might be funny as well. It's one I've kind of been interested in, and I hope that it turns out to be a fun game. I mean, there's a reason Death Stranding works, and it's the stakes. And these are now personal stakes on something that makes it so you could easily just fall on your face, despite the fact you're not managing any crazy supernatural deliveries or anything. Baby Steps is coming to PS5 and PC September 8th. And number 4 is Silent Hill F, a very different and yet not that different looking entry into Silent Hill. Like, it's definitely got a much more rich color palette than your average Silent Hill, and it's definitely got a different setting set in 1960s Japan, but it's also got tons and tons of mist and fog. Silent Hill F, it's kind of going for the Japanese approach on horror, finding the beauty in terror rather than flashy scares. I'm not sure exactly how that's going to play out within the context of a Silent Hill game, but we do have close quarters melee focused combat with pipes and spears and stuff that seems maybe a little influenced by a Souls-like. You got dodging and stamina mechanics, but it's not, according to the devs at least, not full-blown that. We'll see, of course. Silent Hill F is coming to PS5, PC, and Xbox Series September 25th. And number 3 is Borderlands 4, easily the most ambitious Borderlands yet. They're going for seamless loading, screen-free zones with lots of traversal tools with grappling hooks, glidings, double jumping, etc. And it's set on a brand new planet called Kairos, where you're fighting against a dictator called the so-called Timekeeper and his synthetic army. I mean, it's going to be Borderlands. That's the one thing that I think is kind of important to understand here. That stuff doesn't necessarily sound like Borderlands. It's going to be Borderlands. When you boot this up and you look at it, it looks like Borderlands. There is humor. Hopefully the humor ends up being, as they have said, better than the third entry of the series. I mean, honestly, the Telltale Borderlands is still probably the best in terms of storytelling and not being annoying. If they can approach that area in terms of tone and content and give us the kind of gameplay it looks like they're going to give us here, this could be a very good, maybe even the best Borderlands. And it seems like that's what they're going for. So my fingers, again, very crossed on this one. Borderlands 4 is landing on PS5, Xbox Series, and PC September 12th. At number 2, it's Dying Light: The Beast. If you recall, this game was supposed to come out 4 weeks earlier. They gave it a little bit of a delay for some extra polish. You are now back in the original protagonist of Dying Light, Kyle Crane's shoes. He has been experimented on, and he has been infused with zombie stuff so that there is now a werehog mechanic. I, of course, referred to it as that because I think that referring to Sonic Unleashed is very funny to do when talking about Dying Light the Beast. But this is a very rural-looking game, a little different from the urban jungles we have seen in the past. Kind of a Twin Peaksy looking vibe in a weird way. The parkour does remain essential, though, which is, I mean, it's kind of a given. It's one of the things that makes Dying Light. But it looks like it brings a lot of brutality to the equation that wasn't necessarily there before. It looks good to me. Like, you got the environmental chaos, you got the visceral melee, you got stealth. Looks like they're trying to go hard with the night stuff. I like that. That's the thing that we all want from Dying Light. And yes, apparently there is 4-player co-op. It looks great. Honestly, I think we're in for a good one here. Dying Light the Beast is coming to the PlayStation, the Xboxes, and PC September 19th. And finally, at number 1, I will believe it when I am playing it, but Hollow Knight Silksong is finally dancing onto our screens, and everything looks frickin' crazy. Like, Hollow Knight is, of course, a classic Metroidvania. It's kind of the one that told us, you know what? Absolutely everything can be done in a Metroidvania, and you should expect everything. We have a much more nimble character than the first time out, in a completely different kingdom called Farloom, with over 165 unique enemies, 100 save point benches, a quest system, and allegedly a lot of new ideas for the Metroidvania formula. I don't know what else I could say about this that would raise or lower your hype. It's Hollow Knight Silksong. It's supposed to come out in September 2025, and we're like less than a couple of weeks from it, and they haven't said psych yet, so we could actually be playing Silksong soon, guys. Hollow Knight Silksong is coming to the PlayStations, the Nintendo Switches, the Xboxes, and PC September 4th. I do have a bonus game for you that I would like to mention. It's EA Sports FC 26. Basically, looks like they're attempting to make this a more precision game, making it feel a little crisper, a little more serious, I guess. There's also a facelift for Ultimate Team if that's your thing. EA Sports FC 26 is coming to the PlayStations, the Xboxes, the Switches, and PC September 26th. Next is Indiana Jones and the Great Circle has DLC coming out called Order of the Giants. This one's a super interesting one. It drops Indy into Rome's shadowy catacombs, as well as the Colosseum ruins and the sewer system. Crazy Roman stuff, you know? There's cultists, there's lore about giants, etc. Some crazy crap. And that's landing on PC, PS5, and Xbox Series on September 4th. Next is Hirogami. Origami meets platforming, basically. It is, I mean, exactly what it sounds like, a 3D platformer inspired by traditional Japanese paper folding. There's a shapeshift mechanic. You have to, use different things to get past different stuff. Honestly, it looks like a fun platformer. It's got a different look to it. Definitely a satisfying look. Could be one of those things with really great sound effects, too. In fact, that's what it better be. Hirogami's coming to PC and PS5 on September 3rd. Next is NBA Bounce, which is a family-friendly NBA goofy, weird-looking game. You got all 30 official NBA mascots. You got custom avatars. And hey, if you like playing basketball games and you like playing them with your kids, or if you are a kid, looks like it could be fun. That's landing on the PlayStation, the Xbox Series, Switches, and the PC September 26th. And then the big bonus game I got for you right here. It's Final Fantasy Tactics, the Ivalice Chronicles. This is kind of one I've been keeping my eye on. I love Final Fantasy Tactics, although I really haven't played it since it was originally out on PlayStation. Going back to it is, it's never really been great, but now we've got not only a revamp in terms of polish, some UI stuff, etc., but if it ends up not being what you like, you can go right back to the 1990s version and play it. It's right there. I like that you get both. With games like this, I feel like that's how the remasters should go. Final Fantasy Tactics, the Ivalice Chronicles, is landing on the PlayStations, the Switches, and PC September 30th. That's all for today. Leave us a comment. Let us know what you think. If you like this video, click like. If you're not subscribed, now's a great time to do so. We upload brand new videos every day of the week. Best way to see them first is, of course, a subscription, so click subscribe. Don't forget to enable notifications, and as always, we thank you very much for watching this video. I'm Falcon. You can follow me on Twitter at Falcon the Hero. We'll see you next time right here on Game Ranks.